Welcome to She Sells Radio. Today's episode is all about this concept that I've kind of coined and come up with in my work of selling from wholeness. And I'll give you a little bit more context for it as we dive in. But just if you're first joining us and getting started, this is day 25 of the Finish Strong Challenge. You can still 100% get registered and participate at elisearcher.com/challenge. This is all about helping you close out this year strong and powerfully, completely free. I can't remember if I said that. I think I did. Wow, pregnancy brain is setting in as we go. Anyway, let's talk about selling from wholeness today, shall we? So, this concept for me really came as I dug deeper into quantum physics, Joe Dispenza's work, Bob Proctor's work, like a lot of the healing inner work that I've done that for me has actually been the thing that was most transformational in my money and career journey. And here's what most of us do. Most of us sell from lack. We sell and set goals from a place of when I am there, then I will feel whole. We don't consciously think this either, by the way. I don't know that you've ever set a goal and said, when I'm there, I'll feel whole. It's more like, no, I want to do that. That feels exciting. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, this whole challenge is about goal setting. But when we approach our goals from a place of, I will only feel complete when this happens, that is from an energy of lack. And that is how most people set goals in life, whether it's a sales goal, whether it's a life goal, you want to move into a new house, get a new car. And the whole energy there literally radiates out lack. Now, we're not going to get into a whole deep dive in quantum physics and energy and why this doesn't work on the podcast today, but if you've researched or studied or just listened to any of my other episodes too, you'll understand that when we're in that energy of lack around something, we're literally putting out the energy of, I don't have it. And so we actually distance ourselves farther from our goals. And this is something, it's a fine line I work with clients, because obviously people come into our programs and come into coaching with me and our community with an intention of, usually they want to create a certain amount of money. They want to hit their first 6 figures. And then from there, maybe they want to scale to multi 6 or 7 figures or beyond. And so of course there's this goal along with it. And when we dig deeper, like, look, let me again, put the caveat. People make way more money when they come into our programs if they do the work. I'm all about you making way more money. And if it's from the place of, I will feel validated when, I will feel worthy when, I will feel like I'm enough when this has happened, it's not actually, number one, it's not sustainable. Number two, you'll get there and you'll still feel unworthy. And number three, it takes a lot longer when we approach it from that energy. And so this concept of selling from wholeness really came about from my own journey in, if you know any of my story, I'll be so brief with this, but being stuck, spinning my wheels for over 10 years, trying to constantly achieve the next goal, make more money, do the thing. And number one, it was never enough. But number two, I only had really small incremental gains and stayed stuck, give or take a couple $1,000s a year at the same financial amount, even though I was in sales and had an opportunity for unlimited income opportunity there. And it wasn't until I started learning and studying quantum physics, learning neuroscience, studying these sciences and really seeing that whatever the energy is that we put out and whatever the belief system is that we hold about ourselves, our outer world will always mirror that back to us. And that if we want to create a real lasting change in our results in our life, it can't be something that we seek from the outside to say, when I'm here, then I will feel this way. It's actually you are at cause in your life. You cause that effect by how you are feeling, by how you are thinking, and by who you are being. So if we approach a goal from any sort of lack or not enoughness or separation energy, which is exactly what I was unconsciously doing in my over a decade of spinning on the hamster wheel, well, we're going to keep getting things that feel like lack, not enoughness, et cetera. So of course, that's what I got. When I started working on the inner game instead and working on feeling whole and complete and worthy as I was without a shift in external results, and practiced feelings of abundance in my body, practiced feelings of worthiness, practiced what would it feel like and be like to have this greater flow in my bank accounts, not to the, and I did it to the point where I didn't feel like I needed it. I felt like I already had it. That is wholeness. When you don't think about what wholeness is, there's no lack in that, right? When you feel whole, when you feel complete, you don't think you have to seek anything outside of you. It's the things outside of you are more just a natural result of who you're being. And when I did that on my financial journey, that was truly what prompted my quantum leap to go to 10x my income in 6 weeks. But it happened as a result of who I was being and the fact that I was doing the work daily to feel so whole and feel so complete and feel so good in ways I had never experienced before in my life. That of course the money had to show up in greater quantities. Of course the clients had to show up. Of course the opportunities had to show up. And this is the game. So this concept of selling from wholeness is about you looking at what is the goal that you've set for this challenge. If you've been participating and you've set a goal you want to achieve by the end of the year. And then is there any part of you that feels like when I get there, then I'll be worthy. When I get there, then I'll feel good enough. And that's actually what I want you to journal on today for your challenge and look at if that is the case, which again, oftentimes it is. So don't make yourself wrong for it. If you see that or notice it, I would invite you to shift the energy. And I would invite you to reflect on why are you already whole and complete as you are? Because the truth is you are. Now, there's a million messages in society that you'll be whole and complete when you do what, right? When you get this purse, when you look this way, when you live this way, when you have this home, when you have this much money in your bank account. It's not actually true. This is what causes people to go on a perpetual cycle of seeking things outside of themselves to complete them, when in reality, when you learn that you are whole as you are, and it doesn't mean you don't get to experience the incredible opportunities that are on this planet, right? I'm all about abundance in all ways. Abundance is your natural state. That means that you get to live an abundant life, including an abundant business, an abundant career, abundant clients, abundant friendships, relationships, health, all of it. But that's the natural byproduct of who you're being when you approach your life this way. You'll know you're there. I was working with a client on this morning, and usually we work on her business, but today we're actually working on some relational things. And she's seeking to create, like, basically to call in a soulmate. And I said, and we talked about this concept. And I said, like, you'll know you're there when you don't feel like you actually need the person to complete you. And that's always when they show up, by the way. Guess what? It's no different with money, with sales, with any of it. It's all the same. And so this is really the opportunity here, is to shift from another concept I've just been playing with and working with in my work is scarcity selling versus abundance selling. It's to shift from scarcity mode selling, which is I have to have this to feel complete or to be good enough or to, do whatever, into abundance selling, which is there's more than enough for everyone. I'm more than enough. And from that energy, when we go and connect with clients, connect with opportunities, we literally, you will sell far more, and you'll feel a lot better along the way too. So that's what today is all about. I want you to journal on those things. Get clear. Am I approaching my goal from lack or from wholeness? And if I'm approaching it from lack, why is it that I'm actually already whole and complete as I am? And this is kind of just the cherry on top, right? It's kind of like when we're in that energy of I'm good whether or not it comes, is when it comes. Not from a surrender, not from a passive, not from a any energy like that, but from a place of worthiness and wholeness as you are. Because then again, when you're putting out the signal of I am worthy, I am whole, I am complete as I am, which is something I affirm with my toddler every day. I have him say these affirmations because it's stuff I didn't understand growing up. And I hope he gets it at a deep level. When we approach it from that way, everything will shift back in our outer lives to mere wholeness, completion, perfection, abundance. So, this is the concept for you today, my friend. Selling from wholeness. I can't wait to hear what you think. And if you're not yet registered for the challenge, again, go to elisearcher.com/challenge. We're doing prize drawings, some really, really cool prize drawings that go along with this. So to get registered for those, share every day that you're doing the challenge. So get your graphic for this week, share on social, tag me. I'm at Elise Archer. Use the hashtag She Sells Challenge, and you'll be entered to win our prize drawings. So grateful for you. I hope this concept spoke to you, and I'll see you on our next episode